Wait a minute. All right, here we go. Tell me, number one, Finley. -4. Beautiful. If you're not sure about something, you can speak up at any time. -4. All right, again, same exact rules, multiplying and dividing. They're the same. If there's an odd number of negatives, it's negative. Even number of negatives, it's positive. This one's a little bit more annoying just because we're doing the division. All right. I will try to show you some nice ways to do the division also. So please pay attention. Number two, tell me. I'm happy. 3. So far, so good. 3. All right. Next. Now, I really feel like this should have been 27. All right. But we're going to leave it as 26. Right. Because it doesn't divide evenly. However, everybody in here knows if it doesn't divide evenly, we just leave it as the fraction. All right. So in this case, it would be what? But you said it backwards. Now listen, we're going to put all this aside because I used to have same type of issues. The number that's written first goes in the numerator. The number that's written second always goes in the denominator, right? So you're going to write a fraction. And tell me what's on the top again? 26. Yes, sir. 26 on the top. And what's on the bottom? 3. Now what happened to the two negatives? Ooh. Yes, they canceled, right? Because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Now, does everybody understand? If the division doesn't work out, you just leave it as the fraction. That's how easy. That's all there is to it. All right. So now we're on number 4. Here we go. What are you thinking? 9. Yes. What kind of 9? -9. Yes, -9. Now, does everybody know I add 5 plus 4 is 9? Right? When the sum of the digits is 9, it's divisible by 9. All right, that was the easy way to do for help me with my division. All right, 5 plus 4 is 9. I know it's got to be divisible by 9. And 9 times 6 is 54.
Same with 3.
All right, and 3 is the same way. Thank you. You're correct. All right, so here we go. 48 divided by 3. Mental math. 3 goes into 4 how many times? They'll just help me. 3 goes into 4 how many times?
1.
With how many left over? So now watch, I put the 1 right there. So now 3 goes into 18. 6. Now you tell me, is it positive or negative? Shh. There's no reason to talk for now. Please let me get through the assignment. If you don't understand how I did that division, that's how I learned division. I didn't do this. 48 divided by 3 did 1, 3, subtract 1, bring down the 8, 6, 18, 0. That was boring. I'm not doing that. We're getting rid of that garbage. Everybody watch the way I do division. All right. From now on, everybody's going to be doing division like this. 48. We're dividing that by 3. Hold the 3 in your head. How many times does 3 go into 4? Once. Now, look, boys, whatever's going on, it's got to stop, man, because you are distracting me. All right. And I'm trying to teach everybody else. If y'all don't want to learn, we can fix that. All right. I don't want to be distracted. I'm helping. All right. I asked you what 48 divided by 3 was, and you said, All right. So I don't want to be anymore. I want you to look at it and say, obviously, it's 16. Now, again, 3 goes into 4 one time with how many left over? 1. Now, what do I mean? 4 minus 3 is what? 1. So throw 1 up here in this corner. Now that is a what now? What number? And now it's 18. Now you're just saying 3 goes into 18 how many times? And now you're happy. All right. That's how you do dividing in your head. All right. Here we go. Now, most people, if I said 72 divided by 18, they would say, but 72 divided by 18 is -4. Now, let me ask you something. Did you just know that or did you figure it out? Let me show you now something that's helpful, even though that's a great way of doing it, right? So here, anytime you have division, I think of it as a fraction. What number goes into 72 and 18?
14? No, wait, what?
9 does. 9 goes into 72 and 18. It's for some people, 18 going into 72 4 times isn't like obvious. Is everybody with me on that? So I know that 72 is divisible by 9. So if I divide 72 by 9, I end up with 8. If I divide 18 by 9, I end up with 2. So you can reduce it just like a fraction. And that was easier now. And now it's just 8 divided by 2, which of course is 4. Please, I hope you're listening to me on the division problem, because I can really help you with mental math with division. All right? You should be good at dividing. All right? You should be good at dividing, especially mental math. All right? Lots of ways to reduce things. All right, next. You're up, Miss Mant. -9. All right, and as soon as you don't know something, you tell me. All right, next. Sadie, I think it's you. You got it. 8. Negative divided by negative is still a positive. All right, thank you very much. All right. Now, okay, so now this I need extra help with. All right. What we're doing is 14 times S, correct? So tell me what S is. Right, so I'm going to go 14 times -2, and then I'm going to divide that by what? Yes. All right. Now, I know everybody in here can do 14 times 2 and then divided by 7, but just tell me what that answer is. Uh-huh. Yes. Is it positive or negative? How many negatives do you see?
Oh, negative.
Right. It is -4. Now, listen, I always tell my kids, don't do the multiplication before you do the division. Watch this. It's much easier to just say, what's 14 divided by 7? 2. And then you multiply by what? Then you multiply by 2. It's always easier to do the division first. It's always easier to do the division first. All right. So 14 divided by 7 is 2. 2 times 2 is still 4. Same answer. All right. But you will see as we progress, it's easier to do the division first. All right. Good job so far. Come on, let's keep going. Number 10. Tell me. -10 what? Times what? What's T? Yes, and then? Now, is the answer going to be positive or negative? Shh, no one's asking you, and don't ever listen to the boys because they're usually wrong. Why did you? What he said negative. I said the boys are usually wrong, and you said negative. So that makes you what? This is not good logic. That makes you wrong. It makes you wrong. Right? So here we go. A negative divided by, hey. A negative divided by negative is a what? Positive. Or you're just checking for the number of negatives. Finley, stop. You don't have to be the circus clown. It's just not necessary. All right, get back on track. Try to learn something today. All right, 2 negatives make a what now? Positive. Now, what are you going to do first? That's what, if you weren't listening to me, that's what you would say. If you were listening to me, you would do the division first. It makes it easier. What's that? And then what? Yes. Now what is it? What's 5 times what? 35. We've already established that the answer is what? Because there were. That's it. All right. That's why you look first when you're doing, when there's a bunch of positives and negatives, You just look at the number of negatives and get your answer first to the positive or negative. Now, is it okay to do 10 times 7? Yes. And then divide 70 by 2. It's still 35. The point is dividing, making the number smaller makes the problem easier, not harder. True? All right, here we go. Now, this one is a nice little problem here. So what's t again? So this is saying 4 times 7 divided by, what's s? Now, believe it or not, does the parentheses make a difference this time?
No.
Yes, it actually does. This means, right? Listen up, please, because I'm going to show you something why everybody has problems here. All right. 4 times 7 is definitely what? I'm going to, Quinn, tell me, 28. All right. Now, if I divide by 2 and then multiply by 2, what happens if I do 28 divided by 2? What do I get? And then 14 times 2. Yes, but that's not the right answer because you're supposed to do what first? Yeah, you have to do that because it's in what? It's in parentheses. That's what I'm trying to make sure you understand. If it's inside that parentheses, you got to multiply these two things together. All right. So now it's divided by, which is what? Negative what again? Yes. Yes. There you have it. Shh, shh. I don't need any comments from the peanut gallery. You. All right. What? Wow. See how that works? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't need it from the peanut gallery and you defining a peanut gallery for me. Right? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna let you read that for me. Go. You don't have to, yeah, you don't have to read the financial literacy part of it.
Changes of the value of a certain stock over the last 5 days.
Keep going.
Negative 7, 3, 6, and negative 2, and negative 5. Find the mean.
I don't care about, I don't care about interpreting. All right. What I want you to do is, do you remember how to find the mean? Do you know what that means? Sit down properly. Leave your feet off her chair. Stop messing around or there will be trouble. I promise you. All right. People are going to get your feelings hurt. You're going to not like me because you think I'm mean. I've asked you. Leave her alone. Go. What does mean mean? Do you remember? Who can tell me what? Tell me. Good. No, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to tell you. You are awesome. That's exactly right. That's mean is another word for. Yes, very smart. Mean is another word for average. So again, to find the average, you add them up and divide by the number of numbers. So this requires knowledge from the other day where we were doing adding and subtracting. So now we're going to let you add them up mentally. Here we go. Now, normally what I would tell you was, instead of just adding them straight across, I try to group them together, so to speak. All right. So add those up. What are you going to add first? Which is? And now, what is this? And? Which makes? So far, all of that is what? I don't understand why people have trouble. Right? You don't just look at that and say negative 7 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 6. You see what I'm saying? Just look smart, right? Look at the numbers, right? A lot of times on these, they make it easy on you. But if you're not able to say, okay, 3 and 6 is 9, negative 7 and negative 2 is negative 9. So now I'm at what again? So then my sum would be what? And if I divide that by the number of numbers, how many numbers are there? Shh. So my average is what? How did you get that? which is what?
No, one.
1. Now it was -5 divided by 5. Yes. So my answer was -1. So I want everyone to put down -1. Now it's actually -1 what? -$1. So everybody put down -$1. Right? That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're trying. All right, that's the whole thing. Some of you are afraid to make a mistake, so you just sit there. All right, and no one cares whether or not you're making a mistake. All right, -$1. Now, the interpretation of that, can someone tell me kind of what does -$1 mean? Since you did so great, tell me. Yes, but no. In this word problem, notice that the price of your stock went down 7, then it went up 3, then it went up 6, then it went down 2, then it went down 5. What does the -1 have to do with any of those numbers?
It was like what it was at. It's them all together.
It's them all together. Close. What were you going to say? Okay, so look, listen to what I'm saying, right? If, for example, I went down $1 each day, I would be at the same exact spot as if I had gone down 7, up 3, up 6, down 2, down 5. That's exactly the same. Now, why do they call it an average? Because each day, if you left it the same, -1 all the way through, it would be exactly the same as going -7 plus 3 plus 6 -2 -5. Does everybody agree with that? That's what that means. All right. Any questions? Yes. I really don't care. I was kidding about filling up your water bottle. You're always able to fill up your water bottle. All right. But generally, it's better to come to class, get organized, and then go get water. Or on your walk by the water fountain, fill it up before you get here. It's more important to be in class. And it's even more important not to ever interrupt me. So if you need to go get water, what are you supposed to do? Get up and go get water without interrupting me. True? Because the water fountain is right next to us. It's not like you're going to take 20 minutes, correct? Yes, that's what I want from you. Don't interrupt. All right, here we go. So now I forget where I'm at after all that. Oh, we're over here. 13. Here we go. Let's get this work done now. Yes, -3 is good. If you don't know, you got to tell me. Next. You're awesome. -2. 15. Shh. What? Keep up with me. Come on. -33 divided by 11. -3. I don't want you writing the answer. I want you doing the problem yourself. All right, here we go. 15.
16.
Close. How many times does 2 go into 3?
1.
How many left over?
1.
So 2 goes into 6. There you go. That's a common mistake. People say 13, but 13 times 2 is 26. That's why I like to carry that 1 over. So is it positive or negative? Beautiful. Positive. All right, here we go. 16. 5 goes into 6. How many left over? 5 goes into 10. Yes. There we have it. Good. You okay? All right. We're already on 16 now. All right. Ooh, 17 is good. Who can explain to me how do I divide by 10? What do I do with those zeros? Shh. Sydney.
So what you're gonna do, kind of ignore the zero in zero. Yeah, and then.
Yes. What kind of 15?
Negative.
Right. So remember, whenever you divide by 0 and there's a 0, you just do what? Cross them out, correct? Yeah. Everybody's good with that? So if I said, for example, 7,000 divided by 100. Come on, look up. 7,000 divided by 100 is obviously what? 70, right? Not 7, 70. Because I crossed out how many zeros? 2 zeros. Come on, everybody should be able to divide by 10. Easy, easy. All right, I'm on 18. So, yes, but what am I doing with the zeros? Yes, I'm just practicing, making sure you're good with that. All right, -30. All right, now Finley, you're gonna do the division like I showed you. How many times does 9 go into 12? Yes. How many left over? Thank you. How many times does 9 go into 36? How many times does 9 go into 36, did you say?
Yeah.
9?
No. Yeah.
Yes, 4. Is the answer positive or negative? Good, perfect. All right, that's how I'm hoping you're doing the division. All right, it's so much nicer if you see that mentally. All right, here we go. Thank you. 20. Now look, I want you to write as 750 divided by 15. So obviously we can divide by what? What goes into both of those numbers? Yes. So here we go. How many times does 5 go into 15? How many times does 5 go into 7?
7?
Isn't that what? Yes, once. With how many left over?
2.
2. So how many times does 5 go into 25?
5.
Yes. And how many times does it go into 0?
0.
Yes. So now what's 150 divided by 3?
6.
Yes. All right. Hopefully you understand what I'm showing you. I was not going to do 750 divided by 15. I don't like long division. All right. So I always just looked at them and divided each of them out. All right. Use it as a fraction and reduce the fraction. All right. Here we go. 21. Oh, that's a nice one. -110. Beautiful. Right? 7 times 11. Couldn't have said it better myself. Add the 0. All right. Anybody, please, because I know division is the worst. All right. So if you don't know the shortcuts, let me help you learn the shortcuts. All right. Then you won't hate division as much. All right. Next. Now, really, all you're doing is saying how many times does 8 go into 56? Yes. Positive or negative? So tell me again, yes, -7. All right, -7. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Next. What do I do with the zeros first, Davis?
Is it 50?
Well, that's why I'm asking you a question about the zeros. What happens to the zeros?
Oh, you take them away.
Right. You see what I'm saying? It's much easier now. You just say 35 divided by 7. What is that? Yes. You see what I'm saying, right? So if there's this same number of zeros in the numerator and denominator, you just do what? Cross them out. There's one in the numerator, one in the denominator, just cross that out.
So the 50 or 5?
5.
Oh,
5, right?
oh, I'm gonna make sense of it.
Exactly. It wouldn't make sense, right? That's what I'm trying to show you. When you have the same number of zeros, you cross them out. All right, here we go. But there's no 0 on the bottom. But what goes into 48 and 16? Right. So what's 48 divided by 8? Right. So now it's just 60 divided by, how many times does 8 go into 16? Right. So it's just 60 divided by 2. Yeah. See how nice that is? Now is it positive or negative? See what I'm saying on that, right? I'm hoping everybody understands that. Right? I'm not doing 480 divided by 16. All right. I just said, well, I knew 8 went into both those easily. Divided by 8. Divided by 8. Because 480 is divisible by 8 and 16 is divisible by 8. You with me? Right? Yeah, guys, I hope you're asking now if you don't know something. All right. Next. Now, this one's kind of annoying, right? 182 divided by 13. Now, because 13 is prime, it must go into 182. All right. So how many times does 13 go into 18? Carolyn, you're up. Right. With how many left over? 5. So now 13 goes into 52. What are you thinking? No, take a guess. Let's start with 5. What's 5 times 10? And 5 times 3? 5 times, right, so it's too much, right? So now we're gonna do 4. 4 times 10. 4 times 3. 40 plus 12. There you have it. Makes sense, right? Yeah, 14. All right, now they were 2 negatives, so the answer is still what? Positive. I'm good with that. All right, here we go, 26. So now 9 goes into 25.
Oh, it wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
two.
Yes, don't be nervous. So 2 times 9 is 18. Now you have the hard part. 25 minus 18. Now don't subtract, count up. From 18 to 20 is how much? And then from 20 to 25 is what? Altogether, that makes what? Yeah, boys, you think I'm not, I don't think I'm gonna prove it to you. All right, until you get in trouble. Right? All that garbage out there is outside. If you want to go outside and play, go play with them. I'm doing math and you're messing me up because I'm trying to help her. It's not allowed in here. It was 7. 9 goes into 72. You're awesome. Now, positive or negative? Well, I don't see any negatives, right? So it has to be positive. Perfect. Come on, guys. You guys can ignore distractions. All those little 5th and 6th graders making lots of noise out there, I don't care. They're little kids. Just like when they're in the over there, little kids. Leave them alone. Focus in here. Learn your math. Life is good if you do that. 27. Okay, here we go. Who's up? All right. Tell me what I'm doing. Times. Good. And then I am. Beautiful. Now, what should I do first? If you're, yes. What one divides evenly? Yay. How much is that? Yeah. 6 times.
No, it's
You did all that work. And you're multiplying. Relax. You did great. 6 times 6. You in your head, listen to me, in your head, you're thinking division, but I don't want you to think division. Watch, look up there on the board. You did perfect. You did the division. Right. So now you're multiplying. Yes. You see, you had your brain divide, right? Not a big deal. How many negatives were there? So the answer is yes. Come on, that's a great problem right there. I don't feel like doing 24 times 6, even though we know it's 144. And I know 144 divided by 4 is 36. It's just easier to do the division first. Now you understand me, right? That was good. Very good. Paying attention pays off. The numbers are easy. You're supposed to be practicing mental math here. All right, here we go. 28. Tell me, you're up.
Y is negative 35.
Good.
And X is negative 21.
This is going to be a great problem for us.
So it would be 9 divided by 21.
So, but doesn't go evenly, but what goes into both 9 and 21? Yeah, so what's 9 divided by 3? And what's 21 divided by 3? Beautiful. Now what can divide? Not, huh? I ask you what can divide? 3 goes into 7. What does? Give you a hint.
So 5.
Yes. So now final answer. How did you get that? How'd you get that? Yeah, but you're multiplying them. Right, because this is 9 times 35 divided by 21. That's what? Yes. And there were two negatives, so it's positive. Does everybody understand what I'm showing you, right? I don't feel like multiplying 9 times 35. Some of you are like, well, that's my favorite thing in the world to do. All right, then dividing by 21. That's fun for some too. For me, what's fun is getting the problem done as quickly as I possibly can. All right, so I'm trying to show you, you can divide, which is treated like a fraction, just reduce them. Then the problem's, to me, much easier now, much easier. All right, scratch for now. 31 is no good. 30 and 31, I don't care about that. All right, Quinn, help me. Yeah, what's this right now? Yes, sir, 40. And what's this? So therefore, yay, good. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Next, what do I do to the zeros?
You cross them out.
So what's that?
8 divided by
No, say the top number first. Which is what kind?
negative.
Now, do I really even have to do this problem though, as I'm thinking about it? Shh, look up on the board. Do I have to do that problem at all? Because I already know that what? Shh, I want you to tell me. What do I automatically know? Always look for the signs. Yeah, and the other one is? So the answer must be which one? We're comparing this to this. So this is what?
Less than.
Yes, less than. All right, does everybody understand that? That's a great technique. I didn't want to do all the work. I'd rather make an observation first. See if you can do the problem without any work. All right, that's nice. Very nice. I like that. Okay, so let's do for homework. Give you a little break. I like 48 through 50. And then 53 just for practice. 53 through 60. Yeah, do 53 to 65. That's fair.
Instead of
53 to 65. Shh. I just said this is the homework. That's what I want you to do. 48 to 50, 53 to 65. It should take like 5 minutes, maybe 10 if you're a little slower. All right. I don't know how much time till the bell rings, but yeah. Hey, boys, you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Come on now. I'm trying to help everybody. I can't be distracted. I need to help everybody and I want their full attention. So I need your full attention. All right. I don't want to be upset. All right. Stay on task.